The brand new turf here on Bill Mignault Field on the campus of Ledyard High School. It's time for girls soccer action. The home Ledyard Colonels will play host to the East Lyme Vikings, and you've got it all live on Game Day. Game Day is brought to you, of course, by the Burns Agency. Like Game Day, the Burns Agency is always local and live. We focus on local community, so you'll always get a live person on the phone. Remember, you buy better at Burns. And by Waterford Dental Health. Voted the #1 best dental practice 6 years in a row by the day's Best of the Best Reader's Choice Awards. Casey O'Neill, along with the coach, Rob Brule. Good to see you, Rob. Good to have you, Rob. The sports doctor, as always, lurks down on the sidelines, waiting at any moment to drop soccer knowledge. And that's what it's all about today. It's about the girls' soccer. We bring you a good game here, an improving Ledyard team with the class of the ECC over the past few years, the East Lyme Vikings, and we look forward to having you back. It's good to see you again.
Hey, nice to see you too, Case. Good to be back in the booth with you and just watching two teams that I had about 20 years playing against, and it's great to see that the tradition over there at Viking Nation is still continuing under Coach Redding, and to watch one of my alumni over here, Emily Lahette, now the coach over here at Ledyard. It's a great night to be here covering this game with you.
It's a beautiful, crisp night, just what you'd expect out of the end of October here in Ledyard. Of course, the turf, as always, just looks beautiful, the brand new turf that we saw earlier this year on Game Day. And this is a tale of two teams who know each other pretty well. They've played each other. There's no secrets there. And in the first matchup, it really was a non-competitive game. But since then, Ledyard has started to sort of tighten things up. And the one common opponent that they've both had, which is maybe the class of this year's conference, the Bacon Academy Bobcats, they both played Bacon to very close games, signaling perhaps Ledyard is starting to head in the right direction.
Yeah, I think you're right, Casey. I think with a young team, you're going to have your growing pains. And I think with Emily, Coach Lahette, getting them organized, making sure they have good team shape, it takes games to get to that point. And once you have, they like each other. The coach told me before the game, they like each other, they enjoy working hard for each other, so it shows that the results are coming around.
First possession of the ball game will be the East Lyme Viking girls. They're in the all white. And of course the Colonel girls in the home blues. And we are underway here at Ledyard High School. First throw-in of the game will belong to East Lyme, and it'll come from Serena McCullum. And quickly we'll have a second one. This time she leaves it for McCullum, and McCullum will make the throw. Goes down the sideline for O'Day. Caitlin O'Day down in the corner. She tries to center it in front. Reverse spin, shot on goal. Nicely done, Meredith Healy. What a great athlete. We've seen Healy for a couple of years, and she put it on goal, but Bella Drummond, the sophomore keeper for Ledyard, was there for the first save of the game.
Yep, nice turn there, nice effort in the box. Great little player there, Healy.
Colonels with a through ball to nowhere and turned outside. Nice job, Ava Pizzazella. I'm going to have to take my time with that one.
Yep.
In front and cleared out by East Lyme. Throw-in for Ledyard. Down in the corner it goes. Dorico in front, loose, and East Lyme able to almost clear, not quite. Ledyard with a lot of chances and sort of no real plan. And instead they pop it on goal, and Lillian Masung comes up. But that time Ledyard had 4 or 5 touches of the ball, but no real plan of how to try to get a good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I think you got to find Katie's feet. English up front, number 9 for Ledyard. Get the ball to her feet. Let her do her magic. She's the kid up there that's going to put the ball away. Find out who your finishers are. Stick with them up in the attacking third. That's a good start for Ledyard, though. They're keeping 4 guys in the back, making sure that they don't give up that counterattack to Healy.
You can hear good talking out there. Good communication both directions. Vikings will have it with a throw, and they'll keep McCullum in for the throw. She seems to be the designated thrower on this side. We'll see what she does when the ball's on the far side of the field. Nice job, English. Jess English, the sophomore. Of course, sister Kate English there as well. She's on defense, so the sisters English. I will say I have never in any sport seen as many sisters as there are in girls soccer. It seems like every team has at least 2 sets of sisters that play on their team at any given time.
Yes, and at one point there were twins going around everywhere.
Everyone had twins.
Everyone had twins.
And it was one team that had, I think, like 3 different sets of stuff. It was a medical anomaly.
Yep.
So taking a look at the Colonels, I see, like, again, the English. I see 2 Englishes and 2 Baileys.
Yep.
So that would indicate multiple sisters there. I also see only one Wisniewski, though. I guess there's no sister there. On the other side of things, do we see sisters anywhere on the Vikings roster? That'll be the...
Yeah, well, I do see a Belleville still there. She's got to be like one of 4 that have come through this program, and all have won championships of one shape or form. So it's good to see that name still within the East Lyme girls soccer program.
Casey, interesting tidbit from athletic director Jim Bunicor. Combining the Ledyard boys and girls team, they have 10 sets of siblings on soccer.
There it is. That is so good. That is absolutely so good. And it's something, I don't know why it happens in soccer more than any other sport, but it really does.
Yep.
I mean, you don't see that nearly as often in football, baseball, softball.
I'm convinced it's cheaper.
There are 2 Steins, 2 Fieldsons, 2 Washingtons, Clouds, Sealings, Englishes, Evans, Baileys, Howards, and Smiths.
Wow. That is outstanding. Great work, Peter Wappy, right there. That's a great tidbit from Jim Bunicor.
That is.
Sibling power. On National Siblings Day, what does Ledyard must spend a fortune?
They have no flowers left.
The florists. What's your favorite holiday? Christmas, Easter? No, National Siblings Day. We sell out.
Yeah, you can see East Lyme starting to pressure the ball a little bit more. And it looks like he got, when I was talking to Coach Lahead at the beginning of the game, they're looking to man Mark Healy if they can, try to contain her a little bit, man-to-man. And it looks like the unfortunate Maddie McLeod has that duty tonight. So
that's not easy.
It's not easy at all. Her first touch and her quickness is just unbelievable at this level.
And this is our first time with girls soccer this year. We've had some great girls soccer games over the past few years, and what's interesting is that we've seen a lot of these girls as freshmen and sophomores when they just started to get some time, and now they're juniors and seniors, and they're stepping up into their own right to be leaders of the team. So it's been really great to see the maturation of some of these girls. And we talked at length in our previous broadcast about, as much as I marveled over the skill level of boys soccer, and one thing we talked about in our last boys soccer broadcast was that when it wasn't that long ago where if you had somebody who had one strong foot, you'd put them on that side of the field. And it's now every kid has both feet going for them. Every kid has all of the technical skills. Well, girls soccer, it used to be if you had that one really good athlete, you could build around her. Now, I mean, this field is just littered, not just with good athletes, but skilled soccer players who can do everything.
Right. Yeah, and that's a credit to, just the athletes today. When I first started coaching girls soccer, here's Healy on the breakaway here.
Great opportunity here for East Lyme, but stout defense. Standing tall is Kate English, and she saved a goal at that point. Here's another chance for East Lyme, however, puts it back out, and it's cleared. Ledyard, nice touch by the other English.
Yeah, you just seen the maturation of the game, too. The players are so much more technical now, play a little bit more year-round.
Well, I think that's the big key. Here's a slip by East Lyme and a chance for Ledyard. Ball in front, but a little bit too far out in front and able to step up as Masung.
Yep, and she had to hold on to that, too. So, good habits, hold on to the ball, don't give up the rebound.
I think the advancement of women's soccer on the national level with the Women's World Cup team, the success, you started to see girls with who were playing soccer with definitive people to emulate. You started to see those jerseys everywhere. And then the women's soccer, to their credit, has done a fabulous job connecting with local communities. I mean, if you're in an area, you're going to get World Cup players coming to your practice. I mean, it's remarkable. And then the advent of the clinics and the camps that are available year-round. So it used to be like when you were coaching, you might have a girl or two who was good enough and was able to access a clinic or a camp, and then it became 5, and now they're all going.
Right. They're going as teams now.
That's right.
They go as teams, and every team's doing it, so they're just catching up to what everyone else was doing.
32 minutes in, no score, but here's a first penalty opportunity here. So English will take it, Jess English, from about the 30-yard line.
This is where you're trying to kind of look at those top corners,
What do we got going on here now? Changing it in the other direction. Did one official overrule the other, or did we just?
Looks like it. Looks like it.
And something that can't be overlooked as well on the girls' game now is the physicality that the girls' game has taken on.
Yeah.
Here's a shot in front, chip, no good. Nice job, stout defense by the Colonels.
Yeah.
It'll be a far throw.
Maddie, that's what she's there for. Shut that down. Deny Healy the turn. Great defending. Stayed with Healy the whole way there. It's going to be a task, though, to go 80 minutes.
Healy is such an exceptional athlete. We've watched her. She can fly. She knows how to put the ball in the net. She's a scorer.
Yeah, times her runs really well.
Yes.
She's clever. Yep.
Nice job, English, putting it out and running on and putting it right back in. I like that. Put it right back in on sides.
Yeah, exactly.
O'Day puts it back to the midfield area, and then sending it in is Mazzulli, cleaned up by Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond's had a good year, too. Drummond in goal. She's really done a nice job making the saves she's had to make. She's going to need a big game tonight, I think.
There's a nice through ball. Drummond coming off her line, and
well done.
Well done. Clears it, gets there in time.
It's really going to have to do that. Those through balls to Healy, you're going to have to come off your line. You're going to have to play high. Don't let her come down on you.
And again, I don't want to patronize the girls,
right?
Because I would say the same thing about the boys' game. I just watched the keeper punt it 50 yards in the air, and the girl take it off her chest, settle it right onto her feet, and make a one-touch pass to a teammate.
Right.
That's an exceptional amount of skill.
It sure is.
And I don't care, boy, girl, adult, or high school kid. That's skill. In front, nice defense by the Colonels, and a self-touch back to the keeper. Well done.
Yeah.
Sports Doctor, you got Coach Lehet?
I do, Coach Lehet. Listen, a little bit of a nerve-wracker down there, but listen, 10 minutes into the game, and you guys have held your own here after losing 8-0 last time. What do you see differently this time out?
We're just much more organized. The girls are so much more confident. We got a couple wins on our belts, a couple of big upsets, or we tied Bacon, we beat Waterford. Those weren't expected outcomes for us. So this team's got heart. It's just how long can that heart last?
Heart versus execution, correct, Coach?
Yes, exactly.
Right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Case?
Thanks, Sports Doctor.
I love it.
That's about as honest an answer as you're gonna get. Like we're plucky, but we'll see. We'll see how long we stay plucky.
Yeah, she's great. Coach Lehet is a kid of a coach, though. Her father coaches over at Connecticut College, or did for years. Coached at Waterford High School as well. So it's a kid, coach's kid, man. She gets it.
Bailey trying to get to it in the corner. Can she get there?
Oh!
And beautiful heads-up play, and she earns herself a corner kick.
Those are the little hustle plays, Casey, that, you lose a big game to these guys with a big result. These are the little things you got to do. They're not deep. They don't have a deep bench. Coach Lehet only plays, I think she said, 12, 13 players. So these kids are going to have to take advantage of these set pieces.
Yeah, Bailey chased down Kung, was right with her. She kicked it off of Kung's shin to earn the corner. Now, East Lyme defends a little differently here. They defend both near post and far post and the keeper. So that's a strong backline defense.
Yep.
Low back post, good ball, centered, an opportunity off the head, but it went off the chest. And a nice job by Masung to clear.
Boy, she heads that ball. It's in the back of the net. Chest the ball, the goalie saves it. Little things,
Tough ball to head because it was probably a little lower than you would typically want for a head ball, so she elected to sort of, like you said, try to settle it off the chest, but that allows the defenders to close. But a well-executed play from the feet.
Great corner. Great corner kick. Sometimes that pokes a bear too. So see if this kind of ignites East Lyme. They seem to be settling in a little bit, getting their shape. And there's that one-on-one trying to avoid.
Healy heading to goal, puts it in front, shot, a save, loose, and a goal!
Good follow.
Healy had the shot, the save was made by Drummond. It stayed out in front, and the Vikings put it away and go up on top 1-0 here with 27:09 remaining. The goal there by Summer Antonio, the freshman, came in and put that one away off the rebound.
Yeah, being in the right place at the right time, assuming that the ball's going to get
goal
there.
Scored by number 3, Summer Antonio.
So how quickly things change. Just a second ago, Ledyard had a chance with a corner. Now right back the other way. Here come the Colonels, a shot, and just wide. Kept in though, nice job by the Colonels. And now finally cleared, and Healy will try to operate and help continue the transition down the field from the Vikings.
Yeah, East Lyme's doing a nice job of getting up, countering with numbers.
Nice back and forth action. You know, it's not like basketball where you're going back and forth. You could about 100 yards going back and forth. It's a lot of work to transition the ball like that.
Yeah, old guys like us, we don't call that going back and forth.
I can only go.
We call it
fourth.
medical emergency.
I can go fourth, but then I can't go back.
Yeah. Yeah, you see them settling down though, and you see the pace up front with East Lyme. You know, Margaret Dunn, just good pace. And she said that, you know, Coach Redding said that at the beginning. Watch Margaret. Watch Dunn on the attack. You know, she works well with Healy. Good pace, good size. And all these kids are juniors. Like, they're still young.
It's a young team,
they went
yeah.
to a state championship. I asked Coach Redding before the game, I go, what's been the difference? He goes, these kids are still young. Yeah, we lost a good core group, but they're still pretty young. We got a lot of juniors that got valuable time last year, sophomores. You're seeing it. Now you're seeing it.
Yeah, the East Lyme goal was, to me, indicative of what happens when so the great player, Healy, makes the one move, draw it exactly right, just like a point guard, you know, going into the lane.
Yep.
Everyone crashes,
Yep.
and she
dished it off at the end.
Yep. And put it right where she knew teammates were going to be.
Yep.
The shot gets saved, and then there's the
Re-entering
and
the game
then
for
credit to
Ledyard,
the
number
freshman
13, Emily Bailey.
Antonio for crashing.
Right.
How many times do we see that save and there's nobody home on the weak side? She was there and put it away. That was a really nice job by the Vikings, showing how a great player can impact everything.
Yeah, and don't take away a great save by Drummond on the initial shot down to the right.
Yeah, it was
low hand down and great save. Just gave up the rebound. So
you know, as a weak side, you know, crash Antonio knew exactly. You know, she knew exactly where to be. That's great. That's a freshman, right? She didn't get caught watching, which is easy to do. You get caught watching the keeper, and all of a sudden that defender beats you to the ball. She anticipated it and got there to put it away.
Yep, she did. And those twins, the Antonino twins, those kids are athletes. You know, they get after it.
Yep.
And they're tough, as you can just tell.
It may be fall right now, but so far the game belongs to summer.
Go, go, go! Go, go, go!
Antonino with a put-away goal.
Good composure by Kong.
Put the ball in. Drummond will take it.
Yep, she wants that one again. She'd want that one back. Looked like she was trying to hit a far post, catch the keeper off her line. Just mishit it a little bit.
Nice move, step in with a steal. Trying to get it to Healy. She spins, splits defenders, and a nice seal off that time by Ledyard, however. Didn't let Healy split him. And Drummond was able to come off her line and make the cleanup.
She might be hurt, though. She's a tough kid. Yeah, she might be injured here. That's a tough kid, not getting up. Drummond did a nice job coming off the line, too.
Yeah, so Healy that time, she made a move. She put the ball ahead, self-touched to herself, and as she tried to get to the ball, the two Ledyard defenders squeezed, which is exactly what they're supposed to do to seal off her run.
Yeah.
And she got tangled up amongst the defenders, and so they'll attend to her. At the moment, 22:41 remaining here in the first half. 1-0 Vikings on top by a goal from Summer Antonino. And it's time to tell you that game day is brought to you by the Burns Agency. In your neighborhood, taking care of your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs since 1932. At the Burns Agency, you will never get a voicemail, always a live person, and so you should remember that you buy better at Burns. And by Waterford Dental Health, where your smile and your health are their top priority. 177 Boston Post Road in Waterford, Waterford Dental Health. Speaking of Waterford, we will have Waterford soccer action tomorrow and Saturday with tomorrow a 4 o'clock start, so a little early tomorrow, and then on Saturday a doubleheader, boys and girls against East Lyme, and so a lot of soccer action this week. Soccer, one of the sports that is trying to get every game they can. That's really, it's been every time we put these headphones on, we say treat it like it's your last, and every game could be, and so we're happy that we're here again, and we're happy that we'll be there tomorrow, and just going to go game by game.
I said that. I was talking to Coach Bunicor before the game. What a great job Ledyard he's done. Coach Lahette mentioned how instrumental he's been. Has she got up? Yeah, good.
Sports Doctor, let's go down and get a quick update on what you hear about the injury to Healy.
Yeah, she's fine. She just got clobbered in the box. There's some tears and some laughing, and the coach saying toughen up a little bit.
Took a shot, got the wind knocked out of you, and notice the sports doctor said coach said that because we know the sports doctor would still be crawling around like they're looking for a lollipop.
I would be, I'd get the training room, I'd get the ice pack.
Called a stretcher.
15-day
Stretcher.
Yeah, 15-day DL for the sports doctor.
His kids are a heck of a lot tougher than I ever was, I can tell you that, Casey.
Nursing an eyelash, the sports doctor.
Rob, you going to stand up for me up there, coach, or what?
Listen, I hear nothing, I see nothing.
That's right.
Sorry, sports doctor.
Listen, sports doctor, after I saw the picture of you from 20 years ago, I'm never going to question you.
That was 10, Casey. That was 10. That was a...
I know, the guy was ripped.
Re-entering the game for East Lyme, number 13,
you know what?
Ava Pitruzella.
I'm going to have to say this, sports doctor, I'm going to go on the air and say this. Because we're talking about it, you are now responsible for sharing that picture on the Game Day Facebook page. We are going to need it. If you don't, I'm gonna. The sports doctor 10 years ago will be
Beast mode.
Will be tonight on the Game Day Connecticut Sports Facebook page. If you want to see what the sports doctor looked like 10 years ago, he will be sharing that picture later on this evening.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Hey, that was nice sportsmanship by East Lyme, too. Getting the ball back to Ledyard. Never gets old watching good sportsmanship out here.
Well, we talked about this. I talked about this with my son, and I think these players are acutely aware of, so Ledyard kids may not get along, but when they're on the field together, they're all part of a team, right? So Ledyard and East Lyme, maybe they're opponents right now, but if they were going to go play a team from out of conference, they take the ECC bond with them.
They do.
Well, these kids are all part of COVID 2020. This season is so strange and unique. I think that all of these kids are so happy to be able to play it all. They don't care if they play the same team 7 times. I talked to Coach Glennie, and I said, "You gonna play? How many times are you gonna play Stonington?" He said, "As many as I can, because it's just good to have games." So I do think that the sportsmanship, which is something, by the way, to the credit of the CIAC, to the credit of Jim Bunicor, sportsmanship has been something that has been more than talked about. It is demonstrated definitively with the pledge, with getting good student athletes involved. So sportsmanship's a real thing, but I think these kids, the sportsmanship also stems from the fact that they realize that they're getting a chance to do something right now that is tenuous and special. And so, you know what? When someone goes down to the turf, it's bigger than what we're doing right now is bigger than a soccer game. So let's all be part of the same group right now.
Yeah, well, let's be part of that healthy component, and the healthy component is healthy competition and being out here together. And I think both coaches said that before the game when I talked to them. They're just so happy that they're out here playing. They're they're happy that they're out here with their kids. Kids are excited. They haven't had any issues with behaviors or poor decisions. It's all because they're valuing being out here.
Sports Doctor, Coach Redding's team's got a 1-0 lead. What do you think?
Yeah, Coach, you're up 1-0. Talk about the play so far.
We're moving the ball better than we did at the beginning of the game, and we're starting to hit feet, so I'm happy about that.
Right now, how about execution on your offensive end? A couple of chances in the box, got to convert.
Yeah, we need to make sure we connect and put the ball in the back of the net. We've been a little sluggish on getting up there and being quicker about it.
Good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Casey.
Thank you, Sports Doctor. Yeah, I think the opportunities that East Lyme has had have been more decisive. They've been a little bit more creative. Ledyard's opportunities have come a little bit more by banging the ball in the box and kind of hoping for a good thing to happen. So the idea would be that East Lyme, if they just continue to work the transitions, work the space, once Healy is back in the ball game, I'm sure she'll play with a vengeance as well.
Yeah, she will. I think you're right, Casey. I think this is just a matter of settle down, play to feet, like you heard Coach say. Play to feet, move off the ball. And I like how East Lyme's getting up in the attack as a group. I like their shape when they attack. And that's just been a fixture of Coach Redding's style of play with East Lyme. They're not afraid to attack on anybody, and they don't take the gas off. They don't take the foot off the gas. They go after it for 80 minutes. They beat us one year in the last 6 seconds of an ECC championship game because they didn't give up. And that's just a credit to the culture that she's created.
Yeah, you play till the whistle blows.
You do. And that's painful for a Lancer to say.
I know that it is.
But truth is truth. So good for them. And English works hard up front. I've heard about her. First chance I got to see her play this year in person. I like her tenacity. I like how hard she works up there. But it's also, you're going to have to get bodies around her. You're playing a 1-4-4-1. She's going to need some help, by her teammates in the attack. So hopefully Olivia Storts can get up there in the attack and help her out a little bit.
East Lyme transitioning out of the midfield, and two players stumble into each other, so Ledyard takes advantage. Here's a through ball. Run on. Looks like English is going to get there first. Can she put it back in front? Saves it, puts it in front, and just can't quite get there in time was Dorico. English did a great job at getting to the ball, and Dorico just was one step away.
Great play.
Here's
Great
Dorico.
effort.
Yep, Dorico again. This time plays it to the outside. Ball back in the middle.
Well, you just got a chance to see why English is so dangerous, why she's such a talented player. I'd like to see her continue to work hard up there. She's going to get rewarded. And the ball was played right to her teammate's feet in the box, so it's a great ball. She kept it in and played a great ball. But right now, I'd like to see her kind of drift away a little bit instead of just running straight up the field. Small things, when you're the lone striker, you got to do a little bit different.
Dorico puts it in front and was looking for Storts. And
Lily came up her line well there. Lily read it well. She needed to, so good save.
Ledyard turning up the offensive intensity a little bit right now, though, trying to keep the ball from transitioning, because here's where East Lyme is so dangerous when they get through the midfield. But you also see the difference with Healy not in the game. There's not as much pressure to have to mark a person, so they're able to play a different shape altogether.
Yeah, and I think this is with Healy, she diagonal runs. She's not just running straight up and down the field. She's drifting away. She's making diagonal runs. She's coming back to the ball. It's not just straight ahead. And that's a sophistication of a great player,
That time, Dunn had a chance, and it just deflected off of a Colonel, and then she had a second chance and hit that sort of an overripe banana, as I like to call it, and hooked it too much to the left. We'll have a goal kick here for Ledyard.
Into the game for East Lyme.
Well, that goes back to youth. I'll tell you the story of youth soccer. Ball in front, deflected.
Good defending, Maddie.
Oh, there's a nice Meg put in front. And a beautiful save by Drummond with the fist, punched it out.
Great save.
Well done.
She's a great athlete. Coach Lehette said at the beginning, having an athletic goalkeeper really does help at this level, and there you go. You just saw it.
Caitlin that time did a really beautiful job. Caitlin White, we had the
Yeah,
stayed
Caitlin
with it, made a move, put it, great shot on goal.
Yeah, familiar with Caitlin in the
game for East
offseason.
Lyme.
She can hit a ball.
Number 12, Meredith Healy.
So Healy is back into the ball game for East Lyme. You heard there.
Yep.
High
Good
punch corner in front and off the foot
Entering
and
the
wide
game for
it
the
goes,
Colonels.
but there was a
Number 20,
chance. It
Delaney
just
Valkyrie.
missed
Yep.
off the foot of White that time.
That was actually nice composure by Caitlin White. You know, just let the ball come right down, settle in. She just tried to place it in the corner. Just missed.
Wind picking up here as we tick down to 15 minutes remaining in the first half. 1-0 East Lyme on top by with a Summer Antonino goal in the early going.
Yep.
Kept right back in, and Ledyard now looking to transition out. When I was coaching first and second grade soccer, we took a break, between games. We had 2 games. We took a break, and all the parents were handing out their food, and one of the parents had a banana. There's a nice ball, but stepped in by Ledyard, and the banana had gone to mush because she had left it in the cooler for a little too long. So the kid, that's a nice through ball there on the run. Antonino in front, a shot, and there's a nice save by Drummond. That was Lily Antonino, sister of Summer Antonino. So the kid goes, kid's going, Mommy, that banana's disgusting. It's gross. And the mom goes, No, honey, that's just that when it's that color, it just means that it's ripe.
Look at that ball.
Wide out it goes, running on Bailey. Bailey still playing with it and touched, and it'll be nice job by the East Lyme to clear. So the kid's whining that he doesn't like the banana that was brown. Mom's saying it's an overripe banana, honey. It's just overripe. So there's a great transition. East Lyme, breakaway time, in front, shot.
Good finish.
And a goal with no reaction whatsoever. So that's why I wasn't sure. Goal for the Vikings. No one reacted. I've never seen anybody score a goal and be less enthused. Dunn puts it away for the Vikings. Great job by Margaret Dunn.
And I can't wait for the replay. Meredith Healy was down there on her own 10, getting that ball out of there, made a 45-yard run, played a great ball into Dunn, and Dunn went right to goal and passed it by the keeper.
I would like to go on
what a
record
great
as
goal.
saying that you are allowed to be happy when you score a goal.
You are
East Lyme
allowed.
goal scored by number 1, Margaret Dunn.
So the gun was.
Time of the goal, 26-33.
Here's a chance again. And a nice job on defense as English stood her ground and deflected it off of White. So Margaret Dunn scores a goal, and her resting heartbeat was 42. I'm gonna actually have the sports doctor say, you're allowed to celebrate, when you score a goal.
At least high five.
What these kids don't realize is that sportscasters rely on their body energy. Dangerous loose ball and out wide, and Ledyard will clear. I rely on body language to know whether that thing goes in the net or not. I can't see that far.
Right. It looked like it might have got side net from this angle.
It did. It did. She could have shanked it side net, but the goalie didn't. The goalie didn't respond. Bella didn't hang her head.
Nope.
Like it was a bad goal, and certainly Dunn didn't celebrate. So.
Nope.
2-0 either way. East Lyme.
It's an honest mistake.
Well, it was silent, guys.
Honest.
There was no cheering from the bench or from the other players on the field either.
That's what I'm saying. There was no indication whatsoever that anything good had happened.
There was one giant yawn.
Well, you know what? There wasn't cheering of any kind. There wasn't if there had been cheering from Ledyard, I would have said, "Oh, she made the save."
Yeah.
It was silence. Hey,
Yeah,
help a broadcaster out, will you?
Yeah, we need some more. We need some more vocalizations and celebrations.
I'd like to see East Lyme. I was just going to say, I'd like to see East Lyme play this one all the way back to the keeper, and well done.
Sometimes,
scrappy, though.
Sometimes that's what it takes, those little 50-50 balls. Start winning those, and then the game will kind of slow down for you, because you got to, East Lyme's got the foot on the gas right now, and if they get one more, it could be a long night.
Well, you're the one that said 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer.
Yeah, it was.
And
It was.
I challenged that
You did.
the night we did Stonington and Fitch.
Yeah, you did.
When it was apparent that Fitch would need 14 people to be able to score a goal. They were so undermanned and so beat up in that game.
Correct.
And when Stonington went up 2-0, I referenced you and I was like, it's not the most dangerous lead right now because 2-0's going to be 6-0 in a second.
Yep.
And I was so impressed with Jay Wolfrad's Fitch team, how much heart they showed because they lost their keeper and their best player.
They really did.
Right
yeah.
before the game. And they were a thin team to begin with. And Stonington was angry because they had just got lost to them in overtime. The
The rematch.
I mean, and at
And they all
Stonington,
know each other. Battle of the Bridge.
It was
Yeah.
like this was a bad recipe for Fitch, and they hung in there and did a great job. And but I laughed. I said I don't think 2-0 is I think 2-0 might as well be 40-0 because Fitch just had nothing in the tank after a while. But Ledyard, I think, has a little more opportunity here to score. They've done such a nice job of settling down. The 2 goals have been like this. Here's a great chance again. Out wide it goes. Running on is O'Day. O'Day puts it in front. Loose. Stuck in front. 1 move, 2 moves, too much. 1 move, 2 moves, too much. Caitlin White, you had to let it fly after the first one.
Yep, shoot the ball. You're inside the box. Have a go.
Ow, that sounds like it hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Knights are getting chillier. Beautiful through ball. Out and 1 touch and a beautiful save and a clear. But the Vikings are turning it on. White is dying to know why she can't get one of these things into the net right now, though.
Well, that's what Coach Lahet said it. I like how she gets off her line. The kid's athletic, quick, fearless. It's great goalkeeping.
East Lyme's Caitlin White has had about 5 opportunities inside of about 15 yards. And either stout Ledyard defenders or Bella Drummond has put a little monkey wrench in her plans thus far to get herself a goal.
I guarantee she would have celebrated.
Well,
I guarantee you she would have celebrated, that's for sure.
So 2-0 East Lyme here with under 9 minutes remaining. The first goal was off the foot of Summer Antonino. The second off of Margaret Dunn.
Yep.
Although I'm still not entirely sure Dunn scored. I'm going to wait until I have to wait and watch the replay later on game day. 8:30 and counting.
I like the speed. East Lyme's got some nice little speed over there. They attack well. Tongue does a nice job in the back, in the middle of the field, organizing them, getting them up. If you notice, Healy in the midfield really kind of over the last 5 minutes, they've really settled the game down. Well, this could be an opportunity. You put it on target.
Provost got the penalty for East Lyme, so now English will have the ball at the 27.
Yep, I'd like to see these Ledyard players run right to goal, go far post, have English put it right on target.
Steps up, low, hard, and beautifully, calm save by Masung.
Good hands, soft hands. Looked like you back in the day, Case.
It did.
Just
Did
soft
look-
hands.
Yep, that's what
Don't
they called
drop
me.
a thing.
Nope, they called me Soft Hands O'Neal. That's what they used to call me. Here comes Healy. Back in the game, touches to herself and a little bit too hard. Drummond comes off her line.
Yeah, and they're like, great, she feels better. And it looks like East Lyme went to more of a 4-4, more of a 4-3-3 now, or 3-4-3. They started out at a 4-4-2, 2 players up front. Looks like they're pushing up another one, which makes sense.
Busy time of year for you, I know. This time of year heating up with obviously Election Day coming up, and things in Waterford are busy as always for you. So I do appreciate you coming out. It's always a pleasure to have you here to talk soccer. And
I love it, Case. I love being here. Obviously, I love being in Town Hall. I love my town, but love being here. This is a second home to me right here, watching a soccer game and being part of it. Coaching for 25 years, you becomes part of you. Nice ball there. So I appreciate you inviting me out. I really enjoy it, and I'm absolutely loving the role of first selectman in town. It's an honor and a privilege.
Well, we got to raise the profile of game day whenever we can. Only very important people get to be on
I
game
saw
day.
my parking space was right near that tractor over
That's
there.
right.
I saw you. I saw the cone. I appreciated that.
And we're going to get Sports Doctor to show up in the UPS truck one of these days.
I know.
That's going to deliver himself.
I know.
Basketball season coming up, that could very much happen. I could be rolling up in the Browns, never mind a jacket and tie.
The Sports Doctor's going to deliver himself to a game via the UPS truck.
With high tops and holiday goodies for everybody, including you, Coach.
You know what? Don't listen to him. This is a guy who promised me M&Ms the last time we were on the air together, and the M&Ms didn't make it to the end of the game, if you know what I'm saying.
Uh-oh. Looks like we got someone down. Looks like knee, ankle. Is she walking off?
Yep,
More
officials
preliminary. Yep, there she goes.
Officials are waiting, letting her get off the field, and they'll throw her sub in.
Sometimes I always like if you get whacked, run it off a little bit, and a minute later you feel better. So hopefully she'll be back soon. Run it off.
Well, there's one of the things I love about when it gets colder out.
Yeah.
Is that you can't feel it.
Right.
So you get hit, and it's like natural ice. So you're just running around, and you're going, it doesn't feel too bad. And then an hour later, you look, and you've got a watermelon sticking out of the side of your hip. Oh, that's what happened. Guess we're going to need some Epsom salts tonight.
Yeah.
In front, running free is a Viking. Playing it back, and a shot goes high from McCullum. So Belleville did a nice job. She set up McCullum. McCullum lets it fly high, and we're down to 5 minutes remaining here. 2-0, Vikings on top.
I give Dorico a lot of credit there, too. Tracking back, coming back, making it hard, because you never know. You don't contest that shot. Sometimes that becomes a problem. So Dorico did a nice job coming back, defending that play.
If Ledyard is going to continue to have Drummond take the goal kicks, they're going to need to push their defenders up a little bit, because East Lyme's just clearing it and it's just settling and sending it right back in. And those defenders are so far back that East Lyme's in position. If I'm taking the goal kick, I want my defenders 18, 20 yards up, so that once the ball clears me, no one can sneak behind me and put themselves in position.
Yeah, you want to make play predictable. You certainly don't want to give them any more help. So yeah, you got to push your guys up.
If someone runs free at the 20-yard line, that's one thing. That's still not a scoring chance yet. But right now, where they're playing them, where the defense is playing, they slip past and they're at the 18.
Right.
And that's a goal waiting to happen.
Yeah. Jess English she definitely has another gear too. Thinks like a striker. I like how she plays up front, and that's a lonely spot when you're a 1-4-4-1. You're the only target up front. That's a lot of work, and you got 2 East Lyme kids on you the whole day. She's done a really nice job.
Well, the great Mike DeMoro likes to say that whenever he wants to sound like he knows more than 6 things about soccer, he loves the term lovely diagonal pass. So Mike DeMoro, whenever possible, goes, well, it's a lovely diagonal pass.
I love Mikey. He's I've heard a lot of great things, and that is one of his favorites.
So if he was
it might
out
be a T-shirt.
That could be a T-shirt. That's right. If he was out at a watering hole, for example, and someone says, and soccer was on,
right?
All Mike would do is he'd wait and he'd just go, oh, lovely diagonal pass.
Yes.
What I've learned now, however, is that if I was at that same watering hole, I would say, oh, I love their shape. Yeah. I love their shape. Look what they're doing. Are they turn next to me and say to the hooligan to my right, are they changing their shape mid? I mean, that's remarkable. Yeah. I've learned. I don't know what I'm talking about, but.
Yeah, they made some good adjustments. It's a lot of little key phrases, but Mikey, he's got them all.
He loves the lovely diagonal pass.
Yeah. It's me on a T-shirt.
I think that is a T-shirt. We should, if not, Sports Doctor 10 years ago.
I could have sworn, and I could have sworn I saw him with a little Lancer Nation mask the other day. Good for him.
I still got to get on.
Him.
I still got to get. No offense to my second home Lancer Nation, because I do love me some Lancer Nation.
You do.
I got to get on Phil Orby at New London, because those New London Whaler masks.
He should
were
already.
Really sharp.
They do look nice. I saw those green and gold.
Yeah,
and those
they
look
sharp.
nice.
And the fact that I don't have one is, mildly criminal.
Yeah.
Healy, can she get there? Oh, great weak side. In front, and another save by the defense. English got a foot on it. Great job by the Colonels, turning away the Vikings with multiple chances in front, starting with Healy.
Yeah, that's just being tough, and that's just gutting it out. Under 2 minutes, come on, toughen up. tighten up, get the ball up and out, get into half. It's still a manageable game. So,
See, here's English. See, English is at the 10, and to me, that's just too close.
yeah.
Because if I'm a defender, if I'm a Viking player, I'm going to sneak right past her as soon as the ball comes out.
That's a good ball.
That's one of the better ones she's got, and she
Yeah.
put it into the middle, which I like, to a player.
Yep.
As opposed to just kind of banging it. So
When I was a coach, I used to tell my goalkeepers, you're taking goal kicks like early before the season even started, so they would work on it. Because guess what? If you don't, guess what's going to happen?
you're going to have a defender back there taking the kicks for you.
Or you're going to be scored on.
Oh, that's.
So one or the other.
I
You
was going
need
to say
to
you're
go
going to
and take
forfeit
it.
your right to take goal kicks. So I lost my right to take goal kicks very, very early in my keeping career.
Yeah, I remember you back there. You had like Santangelo and Chris Glenn,
That's right. That's right.
Georgie.
Then we
You
had a,
guys-
we
you
were
guys,
we were
you
a
guys
bunch
are
of
such
animals.
good athletes, you know. Those were the days.
I think George Rivera would be very pleased to have anyone say that he's a good athlete.
And I didn't mean George.
George may have not given me my first goalie lesson while eating a ham sandwich and saying, "Yeah, the best part about being a goalie is you don't got to move anywhere."
Right. Never miss a meal. That's great.
30 seconds and counting here. 2-0 Vikings on top, and Ledyard.
Yeah, I'd like to
trying
see them get through the half.
Yeah, they're just trying to
Case.
get something right here. Ledyard trying to give it maybe get a shot off here before the end.
Yep. Keep it down here. Get into half. Regroup. I think she's going to have to go with, she's going to have to go with more two or three up front. Give this kid some help.
Dorico with a steal and puts it on goal. Check that. That was English. Jess
Yeah.
English with the steal. And I like that she just put it on goal.
Exactly. Never know what can happen.
And there's your horn. We are at halftime here at Ledyard High School. The East Lyme Vikings 2. The home Ledyard Colonels nothing. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com. Game Day is brought to you by the Burns Agency in your neighborhood, taking care of your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs since 1932. At the Burns Agency, you'll never get a voicemail, always a live person, so remember, you buy better at Burns. And by Waterford Dental Health, where our entire team is dedicated to providing you with the personalized, convenient, and affordable dental care you and your family deserve. Casey O'Neill, along with the coach, Rob Brule, down on the sidelines, a sports doctor seeking out journalistic tidbits whenever he can. Peter Wappy in the booth controlling the show, and East Lyme with a 2-0 lead. They scored early on a rebound from Summer Antonino, putting it up on a beautiful play that started with Meredith Healy, the junior, the superstar for East Lyme, across a save from Ledyard keeper Bella Drummond in the weak side, put away by Summer Antonino. And then your second goal was Margaret Dunn, and I'm not entirely sure again that she scored. It was a breakaway, and she put it into the left side of the net with so little fanfare that I'm gonna have to watch the replay. So 2-0 East Lyme. Now again, earlier this year they won this game 8-0.
Right.
So clearly Ledyard has made strides, because that first half was not uncompetitive. It was a competitive first half. East Lyme clearly the more skilled team, also the veteran team as far as the kids on East Lyme that are out there have a little more experience than some of the Ledyard kids. Ledyard trying to transition that next group, right? So they had all those sophomores that are now juniors that are uber talented, but
Right.
they lost all those seniors, so they're trying to transition to that next group in. So they are a young team.
Yep.
And down 2-0. What would your message be? We heard Coach Lehet say that they play with pluck, but what would your message be to them down 2-0?
I think this is about all the younger kids playing a competitive game right now. I think the next 10 minutes of the first half, let's keep our shape, as you were talking about. Let's make sure we're organized defensively. What I've always learned at the high school level when I was coaching was 2-0. Okay, when you're down, I don't want to go down 3-0. I want to go 2-1. So how do you do that? You keep the other guys out of scoring range, and so I would really be focusing more right now on defensively getting tighter, making sure that Healy doesn't have room to operate, making sure that we're marking tightly in the defensive third. And then watching players come through on that weak side. That could have been prevented, but that's just a young mistake, and it happens. Drummond's doing a great job in goal, so my biggest thing to Coach Led is defend. Let's get out there. The wind's going to be in our face. There's going to be a little bit of adversity. You poke the bear. So now the defending state finalists are coming down here with everyone with all the experience and they can't wait to play. And from when I talked to Meredith Healy before the game, they love each other. This team loves each other. They love playing. They love Coach Redding. So if I'm Coach Lahette with the wind in my face, I'm trying to defend as much as possible, slow the game down, walk to throw-ins, just try to, elongate this, the first 10, 15 minutes.
And I think if you're East Lyme on the other side of things, the statement you just made about they love each other.
Yeah.
I mean, go play with joy in the second half, right? Go out and just
have fun.
Go play. Yeah.
Have fun. Enjoy this. You saw the weapons that they have. I mean, haven't seen a quicker first step than Healy. Like I know I've seen her play in the off season, but this is even more special watching her in real time. The kid's effortless when she runs. Obviously, East Lyme's got a good, talented team. I think Kung does a really nice job in the defensive, in that central back position. She gets her team up. She drops, talks to her goalkeeper, Lily. I like this team. I do think that I could see people, if they put pressure on them and start splitting them in the back, if Ledyard can get a little higher when English has the ball up front, get a little higher, make that diagonal run, far post a little sooner, get in front of that defender, it's just going to take one. I think that's the key. I think that's the key for Ledyard to get some success. Help English up front because she's playing that great diagonal ball.
Well, negative emotion in sports is very, very dangerous. Whether it's lethargy or frustration or anger, it can turn a great team mediocre very quickly, and it can turn a mediocre team bad very quickly.
Yeah.
And a Ledyard has to be careful, right? They have to, if they get down to 3-0 early in the second half, they have to be careful because if that negative emotion creeps in, they can become and I say a bad team. They can become a bad team very quickly because that negative emotion. On the flip side of things, East Lyme's got to continue to play that upbeat style that we've seen where they're, doing such a great job sharing the ball. And because, if they were to fall back on some of that, they're a great team. They have a chance to be, a truly special team. And in order to do that, they have to keep playing with that joy. Sports Doctor down on the 50-yard line. What do you got?
Yeah, I got a soccer ball right here. One for you, one for Coach. On the Ledyard side, Casey, they talked about gritty soccer. Talked about not being so sloppy with the ball and executing and taking advantage of situations that happen in front of the net. Coach is happy with the play, but just concerned maybe with some of the fatigue factor in the second half. On the other side, you're absolutely right. Coach Redding says, get it and go. That's our brand of soccer. Don't wait. Let's get the jump on. Let's turn and run. They're getting jammed up a little bit, Coach, between the 50 and 30. That's where they're getting bogged down. When they get the ball a little closer to the net, Coach likes the action. But she says, we're not going to wait. No dribbling. She never didn't talk about dribbling. She said, I don't want to dribble. I want to pass and I want to go. I don't need to see 75 shots. I need to see quality shots. So, both sides, I think one team is happy to be hanging around. The other team is looking to push it a little bit. Coach?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think if we look back at the replay of that second East Lyme goal, you saw the difference of a star player. Healy gets the ball at the 10-yard line, goes with speed and purpose, gets her head up, finds a ball, plays Dunn on the outside who gave a little bit of width, and they countered. They went 80 yards in pretty much 8 seconds, and that's how you attack, and that's Redding's style. Go after them. We have nothing to fear. Go after them. Go hard. Go fast. And I think you'll need a little bit more of that as that goes. Ledyard will have their hands full.
Now, I'm sorry, Coach. Casey, on the other side, though, Ledyard is happy to be down 2-0 right now. They feel like, they got blitzkrieged in the first game, but they like what they're doing out there. Like you said, almost a head ball. It went off the girl's chest and almost went in the goal, but Coach says, we're going to keep working out here because we're actually right in this. And, Coach, you talk about 2-0 being the toughest lead. Ledyard gets one, Casey. It's 2-1. Maybe it's a different game.
I think, honestly, that I love Coach Lahette's, her energy towards her team saying, listen, we're playing great soccer. Don't look at the scoreboard. Don't worry about 2-0. It doesn't matter if it's 2-0, 4-0. That's results-based, and we're not interested in the results. We're interested in the process, and the process right now is to go play better in the second half than we did in the first half.
Right.
And it might end up being 3-1, or it might end up being 6-0, but it's about playing better soccer, doing the things that you didn't do right in the first half. And so I like that message. And conversely, Coach Redding's spot on. When you have the thoroughbred, you don't tell the thoroughbred to wait. You tell the thoroughbred to get out there and go. And I love that message. Get it and go. I want to bring in if Peter Wappie while I have the sports doctor here, because tonight's is game 6 of the World Series. And I think that my good friend Mike DeMoro missed the boat so badly that he is drowned down with Davy Jones's locker with his column about how he's not watching baseball somehow because analytics have ruined it for him, or I don't even know, alluding somehow to the fact that because the Tampa Bay team started a reliever and whatever, that he can't watch baseball. And I ask both of you, because in my opinion, this has been one of the best and most exciting World Series I have watched in many years. And I just want to know if either of you are into it and watching it.
I'll speak for myself. No, in a little bit. And I don't know, it's just because of the fact that, the Red Sox aren't involved, or, I just couldn't grasp at baseball, when COVID hit. And just I'm a guy who likes the energy. I like the fans and stuff like that. But I do see one thing. Clayton Kershaw pitching big time in the World Series.
Has pitched like the regular season guy he's been. He's cemented his legacy with a
big
postseason.
Pete, you watching the baseball?
So I haven't had a chance to watch a lot because I've been busy, but I will say I enjoy the way teams like the Rays are tweaking the game a little bit. Honestly, that search for ways to innovate, it makes me more interested in watching. And knowing that it bothers Mike DeMoro, it makes me twice as interested in watching.
That's right.
Hey, Casey, let me ask you this. Is Mookie Betts still Mookie Betts?
Mookie Betts is better. Mookie Betts is it looks like everything that we should never have let go. And to Peter's point, Mike DeMoro right now is yelling at someone to get off his lawn. Because
he's not on this lawn. I know that. Where is Mike?
Because, this game, first of all, Tampa starts Snell, Glasnow, and Morton, 3 starting guys. They're like an old school team. They just have a great bullpen. But Peter's exactly right. Whether it's playing 4 guys in the outfield, or mixing in the where they don't have a closer. They use their best reliever at the time of the game when they need to use. I mean, it's not exactly rocket science, but it's non-traditional. But if you've watched these games, they have been uber competitive with unsung heroes and late inning heroics and home runs and wacky plays. And a Rosarina for Tampa has set postseason records. It's been absolutely fabulous to watch. And though I normally love my good friend Mike DeMoro's columns, he is sweet. He is sleeping with the fishes right now on this one. He has missed the boat.
Yeah, I do. How about the payroll too? I look at it as payroll. I look at it as David and Goliath. And I think that's what intrigues most of us. The Yankees aren't in it, so I'm happy. But I like the fact that it's $95 million versus $30 million. And look at the difference. It's baseball. And I think that's the thing that kind of gravitates me and others, coaches, to the game.
Well, $95 million, that's just Mookie Betts' contract.
Well,
the Dodgers could buy. The Dodgers, I think, have 10 times the payroll of that.
Is that what it is?
It's something, almost as obnoxious as that. It's remarkable. But Tampa's a great example of reclamation projects combined with great scouting. It's a great World Series, Sports Doctor,
really
and you should absolutely be ashamed of yourself if you're not a fan. All right, here we go. Second half action ready to start here at Ledyard High School. The Vikings on top 2-0, and Ledyard will have the first possession here of half number 2. Going left to right in the home blue. Right off the bat, English tries to put it outside, and it's intercepted by East Lyme, and the Vikings in the all-white going the other direction, right to left.
Yeah, but let's see if there's a little bit of pep in the step for Ledyard right now. See if they can match some intensity and catch a break here early.
Through the midfield now come the Vikings. Straight through, McCullum, long ball out in front, race to it, and a beautiful job by Drummond as she got there one step ahead.
Yep, I don't like to see goalies lead with their head, though, and if she goes off to the side there, keep herself safe. Like to see that a little bit better next time, but, great save. Way to read it. She read the play well. Meredith was coming down pretty heavily.
Kung, such a great player for East
Composed,
Lyme.
Nice composure.
Absolutely, and she's here. Now we get a chance to see, this side of the field, which was on the far side of the field before, which is where a lot of the action happened. So we're going to get a chance to see more of Kung. We didn't get a chance to see her as readily up close, and there's a nice touch pass. Out it goes to Isabella Mazzi, and now, of course, anyone who recognizes the Mazzi name knows that dear friend New London, Maurizio and Marco Mazzi, who two of the first people who ever explained to me that soccer was a was not a communist sport, and in fact was globally renowned, and they were good soccer
machine,
players,
wasn't he? He was a
They
machine.
were good soccer players.
He was a machine. He was like a man amongst boys. When I saw him he had that full mustache and beard, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God!"
Marco looked like everything I envisioned an Italian heartthrob to look like. I mean, he had he looked like Lorenzo
chain.
Lamas playing
did.
soccer at 18 years old, and of course Maurizio, a good friend of mine who tolerated me through high school, which I can't thank him enough for having done that. And now get the chance to see his daughter Isabella, and I appreciate the name as well.
Yeah, good family.
Yeah.
Just good people,
Actually, Marco was one of the first people. Marco was in Italy.
Is he still in Italy?
Yeah, and he was giving reports on back in March and April. He was giving reports. Remember when Italy was overwhelmed with COVID?
Yeah.
When we hadn't really seen it quite yet, and Italy was was being ravaged, and he was posting on Facebook and stuff, giving people saying,
heads up,
saying like, you guys got to take this thing seriously. Look at our hospitals, look at our things. It was unfortunate to see him that way. Here's Healy, point blank, and just shoots it high.
Yep.
It was terrible to have to see him that's the way you see him. But it was so nice to feel a little bit of home out there.
Yeah, and I think
that.
and they're going through it again right now. Unfortunately, I just saw the latest updates out there in Italy again. Second wave going through, but tonight's not about COVID. Tonight's about these kids. So let's just enjoy this and watch a great game. Second half,
2-0 Vikings with the goal kick. In front, and East Lyme will try to turn it and play it back, but it's picked off by Ledyard, going in the other direction. English trying to run on and steps through. Nice play, McCullum, but she loses it. Dorico had it for a moment, and now the Vikings will retain again and try to switch fields. Belleville. Intercepted by English. Trying to get Dorico to run on, but instead it was the Vikings, and here's a deflected ball, and Ledyard will run it out through the defensive end.
Nicely done by Maddie right there. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Won the ball, played the feet.
I like what I'm seeing here from the Colonels early on. Very much more composed even.
Yep, it was.
Here's a quick transition in the other direction. Through ball, well done. In front, shot, save, loose, and it held on to. Beautifully done. Drummond on the spot with a double opportunity. Stout.
That's a great save. I can't wait to watch that one later. That was well done. Fearless. Because I think Healy was right there for a rebound. You just don't see goalkeepers like that every day.
Here's Healy with a shot and a save again. Drummond keeping Ledyard in it right now.
Athlete, competitor.
So we're going to get a corner kick far side from the Vikings. Looks like Mazzulli will take it. Mazzulli approaches, back post, and a goal! It's off a deflection. That might have been a self goal. It went off of a Ledyard person. We'll see who they credit it with for East Lyme. That was a double deflection off the corner kick, and I'm not sure who on East Lyme got a foot on it. But 3-0 Vikings go on top.
Yeah, that's a tough goal right there. It's now you're going to see if whether Ledyard keeps the head up, keeps plugging away, or not. And this is what you wanted to try to. Unfortunately, it's easier said than done. The first 6 minutes of the game or second half, you're just trying to avoid that third goal within 10 minutes. But it's easier said than done. This is a good East Lyme team. I do have to give a shout out to my Lady Lancers, who are at a 1-1 tie right now with Fitch back in Lancer Nation. So good job, Lancers. Keep it up. Get one
Time
more.
of the Vikings goal is 45-33. It is an own goal.
I'll tell you what. Once in a
Called
while,
it. You called it.
once in a while, I know what I'm talking
You
about. It
called
was an own goal, which is a danger on any corner. You know, you're trying to get a body part on it to get it to go one way, and geometry is a funny business. Because
Look at Healy get after that.
now watch the move right here.
Yeah, a little step over. Oop. See ya.
So quick, and she gets the trip. She got beaten up. If you have any questions about the toughness, by the way, the sports doctor and I, a few years ago, went and did a lacrosse practice with the Montville High School girls, and I couldn't walk for about.
I vaguely remember that.
I couldn't walk for
Yeah.
about 2 weeks afterwards. Of course, my niece Alexis DeLucia just tortured and teased me the entire practice, but I couldn't walk afterwards. They beat me up. Corner in front, loose, and right to Drummond. It was.
See, this is where I'm thinking, slow it down. No need to get that out quick. Get them up, get organized, slow everything down. You know, East Lyme likes this pace. They like to play quick. They like to win it quickly. Like to shove it down your throat a little quicker, and it's, you know, they like to attack and just try to slow things down.
Feels like East Lyme's really starting to turn up the pressure, though. They're Ledyard a little bit, flat line defensively.
Yeah, I like how they move off the ball up from the attacking third. Not so many straight runs up and down the field. You know, a little bit more diagonal, drifting away kind of runs and create space for themselves. But, you know, Ledyard's come ready to play, though. They're competing, they're getting after it, and you can see where they've had some close results. Not giving up too many goals. With Drummond in goal, see why.
I mean, imagine without her. I mean, she's been fabulous.
Which, yeah, three or four legitimate goal-saving saves.
And
already.
only a sophomore. So that's going to be, that bodes well for the back line of Ledyard for the next couple of years, a veteran keeper, because she's been remarkable. Those right in front, tough chance here, popped just over the net.
Yeah, that was too easy. That was a little bit too easy there. So.
Well, this is where, as a keeper, you have to talk to your defense too, because they're getting tired, they're starting to get beat, and it's easy to get frustrated back there. So you got to let them know what you need.
Yeah.
You got to communicate and say, I need you to I need you to mark there, I need you to go there. This is where the keeper needs to step up a little bit and sort of massage their defense to help them through the rough time.
Right. And this is where depth comes in. Now you get into this, the 50 to 55, 60 minutes of a game. This is where it gets a little hard on the bench when you don't have a bench. I remember the best years I had deep teams where I could just kind of put fresh bodies in, and play. It really does help.
Having an All-American helps too.
That didn't hurt. That certainly didn't hurt.
Remarkably, how deep a team can be when there's an All-American.
Right.
There's another save by Drummond.
See, again, I'd like her to just get her team up, get organized. But she's only a sophomore. She'll learn.
Another chance here for East Lyme. Shot and a goal scored. Put away by Abigail Belleville and a 4-0 Viking lead.
Yep.
4-0 Vikes, and I'm seeing a trend here. They don't celebrate individually. You score a goal, you turn around, you run back to your position like,
Vikings goal scored
we've
by
done
number
this.
11, Abigail Belleville.
So Belleville with a
time of the goal is 49.
That's why they're the class of the class of the
Yes.
league, and this is why when Bacon beats them, it's a huge deal,
Yes.
and when they lose, it's wow, really? And they got a very good team. Defensively, we'll see how Pace and some other teams that have a prolific goal scorer, how do they match up? That'll be interesting to see.
The goals for East Lyme tonight have been scored by a freshman, Summer Antonino, a sophomore, Abigail Belleville, and a junior, Margaret Dunn. So, this East Lyme team is going to be here for the next few years, so watch out. Sports Doctor, you got Coach Redding.
I do. Coach, you talked about at halftime, quicker, faster, one touch and just get the ball moving. You like what you see in the first 10 minutes of the second half?
I I like a lot what I see. It's good. They listen to what I was saying at halftime, which is nice, and they're making it happen. They're doing what they're told and putting it on the field, and it's obviously making them successful, which is wonderful.
All right, so up 4-0 now. Has the game plan changed from here on out, or you just try to keep the pedal to the metal?
We're kind of a pedal to the metal kind of team, so that they get used to the speed, and so we start putting other people in, so they get used to that speed also. So we work better as a team all together.
All right, and lastly, Coach, I appreciate the time. How would you compare your coaching, say, presence on the sidelines versus Rob Rule's?
Well, I'm much calmer than he is.
Good luck, Coach. Thank you. Coach?
Hey, that's why she wins more, too.
You know, I don't know that I would say that you're, I don't think you lack intensity, Coach, but I mean, I don't see you as an animated, sideline crazy person.
I learned, I became a fine wine, Casey. I just learned how to enjoy a little bit more, and it's a player's game, and sometimes I just got in their way, and you have to learn the hard way.
I was joking with Coach Bill Glennie before the game. I said, watching you on the sidelines during our broadcasts have been one of my highlights. I said, it's not that you're crazy animated. I said, but it's like a switch flicks, and all of a sudden you're this laser-focused guy. Your comments make me laugh. You're so dry, blah, blah, blah. I said, I would have thought you'd be way more animated. And he said, you should have seen me when I first started.
Yeah.
And I said, why is that? He goes, I was 22 years old in my first head coaching job. He said, I just jumped around and screamed all for 80 minutes.
We coached every play.
Yeah.
You just heard yourself coaching every play. And then you realize, 10 years in, you're like, they're not even processing the information I'm saying right now. They've already on to the next play. And coach, the sports doctor knows that down there. It's a player's game, and people just can't process that information so quick. Stop coaching every play, let the kids play, and became a better coach because of that. Well, it's all debatable. That's debatable.
Throw in from White, and there's a offsides as Dunn took a little step in front of the defender, got the offsides call. We're down under 28 minutes down, 27 and a half here, 4-0. East Lyme on top.
Case, isn't it amazing though? You shut down Healy, hold her scoreless, and it's 4-0. That's
with three different people scoring the goals. Although I would suggest that Healy is the mechanism that makes them go, because when she was out of the game for that brief period of time, there really wasn't a whole lot of offensive chemistry for East Lyme. They became a lot more stagnant.
Right.
When she's in the game, she's just, whether she's facilitating, and you said it yourself, she's the one that started that first goal.
Yeah, second goal.
Yeah,
second goal.
And she's the one that started the first goal.
Yeah, she's just does all that hard work.
A lot of running down there from Jess English, but good defense. And we'll get a goal kick.
Yeah, I like that with Jess. I like her that she's not giving up. Still going to give everything she's got. It's easy. It's easy just to 4-0 to just say, you know what, I'm not even going to make the run. And she's not. Being a good team player. That's what Coach Ledyard said. She loves this kid, loves this team. Kids love each other too, and it's great. It's great for the future ahead of them.
Little touch. Belleville.
Good battle there. Showing a sign of life.
Watch Healy there now. If they can get through the ball, she was marked, and then the mark left her to step two, and that's a choice, but it's a dangerous choice. I'm thinking they transition. Someone's on her at all times.
Yep.
So if the midfielder leaves her, then that means that the defender's going to have to step up to her.
Yep. Like how, if you listen to East Lyme talking out there, you can hear them up here. They're all communicating. When they get up, they're all moving off the ball. It's, but to think about, they're doing this off of a 2-week shutdown case.
That's right.
That's
right. Oh, here comes Healy with a breakaway. Only the goalie to beat, and Healy touches it in front. Unselfish, but they're going to call offsides. She had Antonino running, and what an unselfish play from Healy. She beat the defender. She beat the keeper. She could have had a goal. She touches it over to Antonino, and instead it's offside.
An incredible run. That's where, Healy, be selfish. Finish it, But that's her style. She's an unselfish player. And guess what? It's not surprising. But she's starting to get a little hungrier now. She's starting to get up there in the attack But see that change of pace, though?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to, peel away. And the ball was played perfectly. Center mids for East Lyme played a really nice game. Getting everyone involved. They're truly center midfielders, connecting the backs to the forwards. They're well organized, well coached. Yeah, it's good. It's good soccer. Good to see it.
Colonel's clear, and it will go all the way out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in on the far side for East Lyme.
Yep.
East Lyme pretty much living in the Ledyard defensive zone right now.
Yeah. They got fields tilted, as they say.
Nice center by Healy with the left foot. Rolling around now and touched out Belleville to White. Nice job, Colonels.
Good win.
Good touch back in.
So, Case, what we were just talking about was East Lyme was shut down. It wasn't like months ago. It was just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think Coach was telling them, stay fit, keep running. They couldn't, they couldn't organize as a group. They couldn't, they had no core forwards. They were completely shut down. And
Yeah.
to come out here like this.
Yeah, they're not like they're, you can't only so much practice in your backyard too.
Right.
Not with your teammates, like you said.
Yeah. 14 days later, this is how they're playing.
And if I was shut it'd be Netflix and Oreos. I'm saying, right? It would be a lot. It would be very difficult for me to. You said stay fit. Oh, 2 weeks is gonna be tough.
Yes, it's quite a feat to do that. But you can also say they're playing with a passion too now.
That is true.
They can't wait to be back on the field. Something was taken away from them that they loved. So you can see that in their intensity.
And we talked earlier about how the advancement of girls soccer and how the girls have. There's also way more technology, information, available. So you mentioned, all right, I'm home for 2 weeks. What do I do?
Yep.
Well, I promise you, the coach had a fitness plan
Correct.
designed for each one of them, which is something that didn't exist back when we played. But also, you go on YouTube and come up with, live coaching sessions and drills you can do in your backyard, or drills you could do in your living room, or things you could do to. Back in the day, it would have been, well, you can run.
Yeah. Think about what you're doing. What Game Day's done. These kids are watching your replays. They're watching these teams play. They're looking at film. You guys have given this sport adrenaline, really a boost of energy, and kids are on it. They're watching these games.
Sports Doctor, you're down on the sidelines. Coach.
Coach Ledyard here. Coach, they kind of jumped on you and got a couple of quick goals to start the second half. You've righted the ship. You guys are a little tired out there.
Yeah, we're tired. This is a team that's got a very strong core group, so they do a lot of the work. And so when it gets to this point in the game, especially when they're working so hard in the first half, it's hard to keep it up. So this is kind of what I was talking about. They've got the heart. Are we going to get there? And East Lyme came out ready, and they've got great players, so it makes sense. But
Right. Coming off that first game where you guys lost so lopsidedly, you got to be happy with your team's performance thus far.
Oh, yes, definitely. We've come a long way since then, and we knew we were going to try and give them a game, and I think the first half was great. I honestly am not disappointed with the second half. It's just kind of what happens when you're getting tired, There's not much else to say about it.
So we were talking, too, and I said, Casey's up there talking, and you said, what'd you say to me?
I said, Rob likes to talk a lot, too.
Guys, go to work, fellas. I'll talk to you after the game. Coach, Casey.
Oh, I love that kid.
Oh.
She was a great player, great kid. I knew she'd be a great coach, and coming down from Vermont for Ledyard and like Coach Olson, Amanda Olson, the principal here, to give this kid a chance to hire her in the school. And to really, be enthralled, just to be impressed with Emily Lahead as an educator and a coach and a female coach added to the ranks here. It's a perfect fit for Coach Lahead. She's right where she wants to be. She loves these kids, loves this town, and Coach Buonicor's got a great little young coach here. So, good stuff.
East Lyme starting to sub. We got a couple subs into the game. Sachi Vora and Grace Wadsworth checking into the ball game for East Lyme, two juniors getting some playing time here with 20 minutes remaining in the ball game. 4-0 Vikings on top.
Yeah.
growing up with Jimmy Bunicor, who was 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Everyone, the great the Bunicor family, his father, the great coach, and I don't think anyone doubted that Jimmy would be a great player. He was. I don't think anyone doubted that he would be an exceptional coach. He was.
Right.
I don't think anyone doubted that he would even, be the kind of person. There's a ripped shot on goal and a save. Nice ripped shot from English and a save from Masung. But I don't think anybody could have foreseen, and I certainly didn't, what an administrator he is. He runs Ledyard High School athletics like a true program, and so each team is a program, but the sports program at Ledyard High School is so well done. He's incorporated tons of the other teachers, administrators, coaches. The facilities are top notch, and you mentioned, the coaches he's brought in. He's got great support from a fabulous principal, who is, a great athlete in her own right. So she, clearly understands the value of sports, but he runs things, and he's helped turn the ECC into statewide leaders in the way we approach things. And I pray he's not listening right now, because that's really more compliments in one breath than I've given him in 20 plus years. It kind of hurts me a little bit, but sports doctor.
Fine, Jimmy Bunicor. Go back to like 2015. Remember that run that Ledyard football had?
Yes.
Undefeated. They just got stymied by St. Joe's in the championship game. But yeah, Jimmy's done a lot of good things here, and I think if you asked him those to a man coaches, that state championship in football kind of eluded him. But nothing that he did not do, Casey. Just ran to a couple of good St. Joe's teams.
Right. Yes, a couple of St. Joe's teams
of choice
that Mike DeMoro wisely said didn't belong where they were. Coming in the other direction now, White puts it through. Little touch back to White. Overlapping run was well done with Antonina. White
did a nice job holding her run. She slowed down her run a little bit. That's a foul.
And it'll be an East Lyme kick, or they're going to just stay out of bounds. It'll be a throw. We'll see what the referee. I know sometimes when they blow the whistle and they see the ball go out, they'll just take the throw.
Yeah.
Nope, they're going to make it a kick.
It's a frustration foul there. But this is dangerous. You got to mark up. Looks like number 5's open right now. They got to identify that kid's wide open.
Mazzulli will take the kick. In range where she is. Far post and no one home, but that's a nice ball.
Great ball. I know you're talking about Jimmy Bunicor. Coach Lahet said that right at the very beginning. He's been nothing but supportive, getting all these kids opportunities on the field, making sure everyone's checked. I'll tell you what, off the record, he heard of some events that were probably getting planned, and he nicely called some kids into his office and said, hey, I'm hearing this stuff. And that's what you have to do in this day and age. You have to have your ear to the grind, or to the ground. And sure enough, made sure he explained to the young student athlete who might make a decision that he might regret. He said, hey, don't let your teammates down. So he's a class act. He's done a great job.
Dorico plays it back in the middle to English. Ledyard with sensing an opportunity maybe to score. Dorico in the middle, stops on a dime, puts it back right, but stout defense by East Lyme stones the Colonels. Well, you remember when,
class act, just.
You remember when it might, you would have heard the same thing. It would have been that kids were planning a party and maybe someone was drinking, and so you'd call them in and say, hey, I've heard this. Now it's, hey, listen, guys, I heard you getting together, and well, Coach, we're not going to be doing anything wrong. Well,
just the fact that you're getting together.
You can't get together.
Yep.
I give.
Do you want to be the reason you cannot play sports for the rest of the year?
You want your school to be shut down.
Yeah, and that's just him seeing next level, of administration now. And these younger school administrators, they got their finger on the pulse. They do. They have to balance a lot, and he's done a great job out here. And that's coming from a coach who just said, I'm getting nothing but support here.
Yeah, the programs here at Ledyard High School top notch. Now here's another good example. These girls getting to play on
turf
on this facility. I mean, what a great, beautiful field. Here on Bill Mignault Field. 15 minutes remaining in the ball game. 4-0. East Lyme on top.
It really is a beautiful, beautiful place.
Press it, Ledyard, come on!
Right now we're at the point in the game where Ledyard wants to score a goal. I mean, that's really
Correct.
what it is. They
Correct.
just want to get one in.
Yep, get one.
And since they were shut out 8-0, I think they've already established, like, we're better. We're better than we were when we played them last time. They beat us 8-0.
Right.
But now the amount of energy, pride, sort of the boost that you can get from scoring one would be enormous.
So she just timed that run.
It was all about, she slowed up,
Yep.
waited, and rips it on the goal. Healy, I tell you what, you can watch her play. She's got both the talent and the IQ.
Yep. Yeah, just times her run so well. Yeah, I'd like to see, you know what? I'd like to see Ledyard get one. You know, just to grind it out, manufacture a goal. And to East Lyme's credit, you know, putting their subs in there, getting these kids a chance to play because they haven't played not only 2 weeks, but don't play the minutes like the starters do. So these are valuable minutes for these other kids who are young.
That's right.
Too, Casey.
On the other side of things, East Lyme's thinking to themselves, we don't want to give up a goal.
Right.
You know, that's it. So it's, you know,
Yeah.
and so the Cinderella story is, can Ledyard get one in? But East Lyme's out there going, no, we're not giving up a goal. You know, this is, shutouts are precious.
Right.
And a great source of pride in soccer.
Yep, they take that stuff seriously.
I think one year Grasso Tech only fielded 8 players, and we were able to shut them out when I played. And I think I still might have that. I might have made myself a banner and
Right.
hung it on my wall. You know, shutouts are impressive. You know,
They are.
They're important. And because a shutout in soccer is 11 people.
Yeah, it means you were perfect in a way.
And it's
in a funny way.
It does. But it's 11 people.
Yeah.
The goalie doesn't get credit. I mean, the goalie is but the goalie can't do it without the defense. And I promise you, the defense can't do it without a stout midfield. And the midfield can't do it if the offensive players aren't helping out and sort of forechecking up front and stopping. And it takes 11.
You're right. One mental mistake from anybody
That's right.
puts you in a bad place, puts you in a bad spot in the field for a free kick, a set piece, counterattack, like anything can derail.
We saw how close Ledyard was on multiple occasions to putting one in.
Right.
And as you get closer, you start to sense it now. Right now, so now East Lyme's thinking, shutout would be nice.
Yeah. Yep. But Coach Redding's teams, they play 80 minutes too, so I don't think East Lyme's done.
Look at the fight from
Entering the
Dorico.
game for East Lyme.
You gotta love that.
Number 2, Alex Prevost. Number 7, Caitlin O'Day.
Caitlin O'Day,
And number
Lexi
16,
Prevost,
Isabella Mazzi.
and Isabella Mazzi back in the game for East Lyme. So some substitutions. The Vikings rotating some new players into the game and some old ones back into the game.
Yep.
There's Lombardo.
It's a little different now too, Casey, with you don't know when the season could be over. So it is kind of a different coaching philosophy now, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know,
you're also not playing for a state championship, which was always the goal of a really competitive team, right?
Yeah.
You know, it was always about making the playoffs or
Yeah.
how deep a run in the playoffs could you make, or could
Yep.
you know, for example, the Stonington Bears. They came into the boys. They came into the season saying we're going to compete for a state championship, and when that's taken off the table, it changes dramatically what the goal of the season becomes.
Right.
So for some of these kids right now, it's like you said, it's about having the chance to play. It's a nice
Great
ball.
ball.
Dorico running on. Dorico makes a move towards goal and knocked away by Lexi Prevost, but that will be a corner kick for Ledyard as we're coming down to 10 minutes remaining, 10 and a half here left. 4-0 East Lyme on top.
Casey, when you talk about some of these student athletes just getting a chance to play this year, that's a big deal for Caitlin O'Day over on East Lyme. You see her on the far side of the field with a knee brace, missed most of last season with an ACL, and would have been a big part in East Lyme's quest for a state championship. So great story by Vicky Fulkerson in the day earlier this year profiling Caitlin getting back on the field.
Saw that. That was a great article.
And that's a great point because a lot, the transition for these players, again, we go back a year ago and the worst thing we were thinking about was games had to be played early because Triple E.
Right.
And then you had kids lost to injury, kids who lost their season, and now these kids were faced with losing their senior season, and that's a great example just the meaning it has to get back on the field again. Absolutely. That's a great point, Peter.
Yeah, and I thought on top of that, Vicky's job of just identifying O'Day with not only getting the comeback, but what an incredible leader she is. I think she's a team captain, and kids love her, and just the work that she put in to be on the field. It was a great article by Vicky. Great kid.
And, having had ACL reconstruction myself when I was only a couple of years older than her, it's not an end of career sentence like it was years ago.
Right.
She's back, a year later playing meaningful soccer, and that's a testament to her hard work. Because I promise you, the rehab was daunting, and she had to have attacked the rehab like she attacked soccer in order to be back on the field.
Correct. Yep. Good point.
I had surgery on Thursday. I'm back at it off of my
Really?
surgery. Why do you listen? The only reason the sports doctor was allowed to take over duties on Friday and Saturday.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I had to go under the
Go
scope.
to the knife.
I had to go under the scope.
Doesn't sound as good.
No, it really doesn't. But there was no knife, which is
know.
unfortunate. But I mean, had to make an incision somehow, I guess. I still have the stitches to prove
Let's
it.
stick to knife.
Some of those pictures were pretty gruesome you sent out there, partner.
Oh, I went in for surgery
Right.
to clean up a knee that had ACL, MCL reconstruction 30 years ago.
Wow.
And to the great credit, look at Dorico still working
Oh.
hard. To the great credit of my doctor, Kelly, 30 years ago, my reconstruction is still sound and it looks great. But scar tissue, bone spurs, and a torn medial meniscus required me to go under the scope. A buff and shine, as Dr. Joyce called it.
I would have think a guy like your caliber, Casey, would go see Dr. James Andrews, no?
Dr. Joyce is the surgeon of UConn and of the Connecticut Sun.
All right.
So I had a Division I surgeon.
We might have a direct kick here for Ledyard.
And a chance for them to score a goal.
That's
But
good. This could be it.
It is. Dr. Joyce did a buff and shine. He said, don't worry, you'll be up and running the next day. Turns out he overestimated the quality of my knee. And I sent the sports doctor and Peter Wappy a picture of the giant cryo cuff on my knee and said, good luck today, boys. I'll be rehabbing. So we're going to get a direct kick here. Ledyard with under 7 minutes when it comes up. Here comes English, low line drive, and what a save by Masong! Jess English, the sophomore, ripped a low line drive, lower right.
Great hit.
And what a save. And then another one. Talk about stout.
Yes.
Sturdy.
Good hands. But what two hits in a row.
And that was
English
the best
just showed you.
opportunity.
Well, English just showed you what kind of athlete she is.
That was first of all, the direct kick was
A
perfect.
bullet.
It was perfect. And not only was the save brilliant, but no rebound.
Well, I think she took it so quick that Lily was actually moving to the center of the goal, but she took it so quick, she hit it right to her. She would have vacated the space if she waited. So sometimes it's good to be lucky too, but Lily's a great goalkeeper. You've seen that. She doesn't give up any rebounds.
And then the second one
Was a rope.
was a frozen rope on a cold night too. I know that one. That was.
Yep.
And that was soft when you said the soft hands. I mean, she just accepted it.
Yep.
Seems
There
to
goes
have
Healy.
woken up Healy. She's on a run right now.
Just get out of my way, she says.
Streaking down the middle, dumps it off for her teammate, try to get a return pass, but Ledyard was there.
Sometimes that's where you want your teammates just to stop, drift away.
Outside it goes. Motzi back in the middle. Shot, and Drummond will stand firm as Mazzulli on a little one-timer from Motzi, and it was cleaned up by Drummond.
Well, I'm watching English in the back right now for Ledyard, limping for the last 20 minutes. Just the heart, She doesn't want to come out.
And there is the other English. Jess English puts it out wide.
That's a 60-yard
Look at that.
run.
And look at knowing where you want to lead your teammate to. That was well done.
Yeah.
She just put the ball into space and said, this is where I need you to go.
Yep.
That's like a quarterback, throwing it to the pylon and saying, this is where I need you to get to.
Yep.
Well done.
Yep. It's their job to get there. You work off your best player.
And for all of you New England Patriot haters out there, the sports doctor might in fact be the starting quarterback of the Patriots next week.
It's a bit disappointing. I will say it was a bit disappointing.
Sports doctor,
Here we
who's
go.
an avid Pats fan, is in agony right now.
You get what you get. I mean, and Cam Newton, he is who he is, Casey. That's there's no surprise there.
Who else could he be?
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Listen, he throws for 400 yards up at Seattle, and then he throws for 92 yards and a dozen picks at home. I mean, he's been like that for a long time.
Whoa!
Not to channel the sports doctor, because sometimes I can be a little over analytical, but the junior voice of game day said, "What's wrong with the Patriots?" And I said, "They stink, son." I said they stink. They're not very talented, and there's the truth to that.
Yeah, that's true.
That is 100% accurate.
They do not have a lot of talent. English is still working like crazy down there. Give her all the credit in the world.
Yep.
Jess English is not giving up.
She just took a ball down. She had such soft feet. She took a ball down, roped to her feet, and settled it right like it was nothing. Soft feet, nice. Like
Casey,
that
I
kid.
laid off your Cowboys, though. You notice that?
They stink too. They stink worse. So we'll be at 3.5 minutes, so it's time to start thinking about the Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. Of course, you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter on Game Day CT, where tonight you can see the sports doctor's interview with the Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game. And of course, nothing beats the smiles created by having the play of the game, the Waterford Dental Health top play. So remember tonight to check out the Waterford Dental Health play of the game and the player of the game, as great smiles start at Waterford Dental Health. Of course, we want to thank the Burns Agency as well. 3.5 minutes remaining here, 4-0 East Lyme. And I think in terms of player of the game candidates, you got 3 different goal scorers.
Yep.
You've got a shutout, perhaps.
Yep.
And you've got the dynamic player who does a little bit of everything. But I'm going to make a suggestion off of the conversation that we just had. I am going to make the suggestion that the sports doctor interviews Caitlin O'Day.
Yep.
And find out what it means to play on this team under these circumstances, coming back off of her injury to have meaningful soccer. I think that might be as good a person as any. I mean, you can give any week you can give Meredith Healy the player of the game.
Yeah.
She's the player of the game anytime you want.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that, Casey.
I do too.
I like that a lot. She just came off the field in front of me, and she was all smiles, and I said, "It feels good to be back out there." And she says, "You bet it is."
Yep.
So that's a great story.
Great kid.
Healy's done a little bit of everything out there. She's facilitated on a couple of goals, and then she passed up a goal to try to set up a teammate. And like you said, Coach, everything runs through Healy.
Yeah, it does. And she'd be the first person to be psyched that O'Day is the one sitting there with you at the end of this game. She said it's about her team. It's about the group. So it's fitting.
Under 2 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Ledyard wants one more run and one more chance to try to get something in, but instead East Lyme and Healy not done yet. She is, I'll tell you, the motor on her is
it
never
ends.
She's like a plugged-in Tesla. I'll tell you, an electric car reference there, Sports Doctor. 1:30 remaining here in the ball game. 4-0 East Lyme on what has been a very well-played game, really on both sides. East Lyme, I think, showing their talent level while they are not the 8-0 victors that they were the first time. They've played well today.
They really did. And if Ledyard did not play well,
it may have been.
Yeah, could have been worse. So good for them.
In front, weak side, a shot, and a goal! I think Healy finally put it in. It looked like Belleville put the shot on goal, and Healy cleaned it up. 5-0 Vikings with just under a minute remaining. So there she gets the goal. And, it's hard to say that a goalie played great in a 5-0 shot, in a 5-0 loss, but
Right.
Bella Drummond's played great.
She played great. She's a great athlete. She's not going to hang her head. It's a young kid. I'll tell you what, this Abigail Belleville, she, to me, number 11.
East Lyme
For
goal
East Lyme.
scored by number 12, Meredith Healy.
She's had a great game.
Time of the goal is 79:02. Belleville assisting.
Yeah, she's had a great game. She's a great little center mid. I like how she plays. She gives up the ball. She's a tireless worker. She's going to come up big.
So if you're interested in the Vikings, right? So the goalie, Masung, she's a junior. She's back.
I was going to ask you. You have the ages right there, right?
Lombardo, she's a freshman. Belleville, she's a sophomore. Healy, she's a junior. Pizzella's is a sophomore.
Yep.
Dunn's a junior. McCullum's a sophomore. That's a lot. So they're going to lose.
Yeah.
They're going to lose O'Day, and
Yep.
they're going to lose Kung,
Yep.
and they're going to lose Monsi. And the other 9 people that we've seen play a lot tonight are all coming back, including the superstar, including the up-and-coming sophomores. I mean, it's a lot of good stuff coming back.
Yeah,
and
there is.
there's your buzzer, your horn, a 5-0 Viking lead.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It turns
the final
into
score
a
tonight,
5-0
Vikings 5,
shutout
Colonel
win
0.
as goals from Antonino and Dunn. And an
For
own
those
goal.
of you that wish to watch a
and
replay of
Healy.
the game and check highlights and
4
interviews,
players.
go to
5-0 final here at Ledyard High School. A good effort from the Colonels, but not quite enough in the tank. Tomorrow night, 4 o'clock, or tomorrow afternoon, I should say, 4 o'clock at Waterford High School. Soccer on tap again, so turn us live for game day. And then Saturday, 2 games, the boys and girls, Waterford East Lyme at Waterford on Saturday as well. So soccer taking center stage here on game day tomorrow and on Saturday. Coach, final thoughts?
No, I thought it was great. I thought it's just good to be out here watching these kids play. You could tell that East Lyme had a 2-week shutdown, and they were playing like today was the last game of the season. So I think their energy came. I think their thoroughbreds went out there and ran and played. And I give Ledyard, not a deep team. I give them a lot of credit for showing up and never giving up, never quit.
As we mentioned, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Game Day CT, and you can see the Sports Doctor's interview with the Waterford Dental Health Player of the Game, as well as the Smiles Start Here Play of the Game, Waterford Dental Health. We want to thank the Burns Agency. Like Game Day, the Burns Agency is always local and live, focusing on community. You'll always get a live person on the phone. So remember, you buy better at Burns. For the Sports Doctor, Keith O'Brien, and the coach, Rob Brule, Peter Wappy, and the crew, I'm Casey O'Neill. Join us tomorrow night at Waterford, 4 o'clock. You've been watching Game Day live on theday.com.